Shameful. Change ain't coming. Change ain't coming. And you are that change. You, the Bayman people, are that change. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting ready to introduce to you some strong persons and candidates who have been ratified. And those persons who are part of the ratification team, they're not easy. They're not easy. And the process that these persons had to go through have been very, very strenuous. Not easy. Let me just leave it like this. It wasn't easy. So here we go. We have Tory Stubbs. Tony Stubbs Albury from West Grand Bahama. Let's see Tony Stubbs. Tony Stubbs from West End Grand Bahama. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it might be a little off now, but here we are. We are at a place that it need to be done, and so this is their first time probably even speaking in public. Remember, Tony Stubbs for West End Grand Bahama. You up here. Okay, Tony. As I have so much on my plate right now, so bear with me. Bahamas, we know you're watching. We know you're watching. We're going to get it right. The introduction is here. You know how we go. Yeah, give me 1 minute. And you know they're watching by TV and they say, look at these people. These people ain't making no sense. We're making a lot of sense because we're here. We're making history today. Bahamas, we need change, and change is here. And the Bayman people have come here to the IMAX Theater in droves. Awesome. Yes, so ladies and gentlemen, Tony Stubbs Albury for West End Grand Bahama.
Change ain't coming. Wow. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Roll. Brian Roll for Golden Gates.
Hi, hello.
Brian Roll
It's
for Golden Isles.
Golden Isles. And thank you so much for coming tonight. Thank you.
Byron Smith, Exuma, and Ragged Island. Byron Smith for Exuma and Ragged Island. We need to send Chester home.
Good night, my fellow Bahamians. Welcome. Change is here.
Justin Young, North Andrews and the Barry Islands. Justin Young. I tell you, get ready.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for taking your chance to change the Bahamian people lives, okay?
Lean on me. We are not strong. Shura Pratt, the Long Island gal. Long Island in the house. Change ain't coming.
Good evening, my freedom fighters for change. And to my Long Islanders who are watching via media, change is definitely here for Long Island. We are Long Island strong, and COI is here to bring that change to Long Island.
I tell you, when Long Island says we need change, you all know change is coming. Something is happening. The people in Long Island really doesn't order that much. They go F&M and PLP, they go F&M. But this time they call for change. They've had enough. Ladies and gentlemen, Farrington, Southern Shores, Southern Shores, Southern Shores. Good evening, Southern Shores. Change it coming. Change it coming. Change it coming. Let's do this. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I am talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, for Centerville, Jamal Woodside, come on down. Jamal Woodside, young, energetic young man, standing up with Lincoln, son of a Lincoln for change.
Good night, Bahamas. How's everybody doing? All right. Are you all ready to live a new reality in the new Bahamas? All right. Let's make forward and make the best of it. All right.
Change it, come on. Change it, come on. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, young men and women who want change, and do you want change? Do you want change? Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Who wants change? Let's see it. We need change. Bahamas, the Bahamian people is called for change. And we, the Bahamian people, we want you. You are invited. Those who have voted PLP and FNM and DNA all your life, you know we need change. You know we need to move on. You know that. Okay? So here we go, moving a little bit further. Vision 2030. Vision 2030 is here for you, the Bahamian people. And you are the first witnesses of it that's going to be seen. Vision 2030 is for you, for you. I don't think at the Fusion Black Theater. Vision 2030, y'all take a look. Remember that you're not alone. These are the Bahamian people who want change. We all in this together. And we will fight for our country. We will fight for our country. We will fight for our home. The Bahamas is watching you. Let them see you. Look at here. I tell you, you're not alone. This is not a PLP thing. This is not an FNM thing. This is not a COI thing. This is a Bahamian thing. We want our country back. We're taking our country back. We're taking our country back. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you are. Look at my Bahamian people. Look at the people. All on the outside. No more room to come inside. They're all in the lobby. They're all in the lobby. Change is here. Change is here. Ladies and gentlemen, Superplex 2030. Vision 2030. Look at the people. Let's make it happen, y'all.
I can't take this.
Make no mistake, every vote counts. Every vote counts. Make your vote count. Every vote counts. You know they're giving away our passports. They're giving away bonus cards. Huh? Come on, let's make it count. Let's stand up for yours. Don't stand up for the next generation.
We diving through no line is how I survive. Listen, from monkey to yellow tail, from jackfish to killer whale, I jump in my dingy boat and I head on down the coast. I need a fish to bite. My kids gotta eat tonight, so I do what I gotta do. Make some fish back for them to stew. I've been in the trade long, and I was very strong. By my father's hand, say, get this boy to make your man. What you got a big nine? Son, you be fine. Just keep your eye out for them road groupers passing by. I'm a broken.
The baby people in the house. Man, it is so good to see you all. Man, look to your left and your right. They're standing all on the outside. Bahamas, the baby people want change, and they're here.
Let's go. Down the shore.
Lincoln, come on.
Main beats I love to see. Your wife is missing me. Yes, I miss them too, but this is what I gotta do. So I'm up in the morning sun. I spend me one thing they want. To win and then the way.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Gotta get them on my spell.
Joy. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment that we've been waiting for. He fights, and he fights, and he does not stop. For you, for the Bahamas and the Bahaman people, the more they lock him up, the more he rises. And the more negative things they say about him, people, they go and search to see who he really is and realize that they're lying on this man. He's not just a man, he's a son. And right now, he's not only a Bahaman son, he's the vision. The vision is going to be placed in you, chosen and called for such a time as this. Ladies and gentlemen, my Bahamian brothers and sisters, you all watching by television, you all listening. His name is Lincoln. His name is Lincoln Michael Bain. And he is a Bahamian son.
I've been walking with my face turned to the sun.
And he loves you. And nothing is going to stop him
Weight on my shoulder.
from loving and protecting and fighting for you to empower you. Lincoln.
Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run.
His name is Lincoln Michael Bain.
I do what I can when I can, while I can for my people.
All the time.
While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me.
You know, before,
Together we are
as he comes, they're holding him and hugging him and loving on him. They're kissing him up.
across the river.
They love him, people.
You hear free
Bahamas, they love it. They love it.
to answer.
They love it. Here he comes.
Keep it on.
Yep.
I can feel it in my bones.
Lincoln, the Bahamian son, who fights for his people. There he is, Bahamas.
Early in the morning,
Lincoln Michael Bain.
before the sun begins to
The
shine,
Bahamian women, they love him. He stands for them. He fights for them.
we're gonna start moving towards that separating line.
Lincoln Bain, he's not a sellout. He is not a sellout.
I'm waiting for the mighty water.
The Bahamian son,
You know I gotta make a mind.
Lincoln Michael Bain. Here they are. They're loving on him.
And I don't mind if I lose any blood on the
heart of a
way to
lion.
salvation.
A Bahamian son.
And I fight with the strength that I got until I die. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people
Lincoln Michael Bain,
with me. Together
the
we
Bahamian
are
son.
going
And he hugs with
to
Delton,
a
with Bishop
brand
Delton
new
Fernando.
home. Far across the river, can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer?
There he is, Muhammad.
Keep it on.
There he is. Lincoln Michael Bain.
And I know what's on the bay.
There he is.
Might be hard,
Lincoln Bain,
'cause I'm
a Bahamian son.
alone.
Putting his life on the line every day. Every day. In spite of, his life is on the line every day. Through all the threats, through all the intimidation, he
Take
stands.
my people with me.
He stands for the Bahamian people. Lincoln Michael Bain.
A brand new home.
Well said, them Lincoln. Show them how you this way. Show them how you this way.
When you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer.
He is here.
Keep on keeping
And Lincoln is fighting and standing for you and the Bahamian people.
stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going
The rise
to a brand new
of
home.
Vision 2030. A new Bahamas. A new Bahamas awaits you.
Freedom calling, calling me to answer. Keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me.
Lincoln Bain, the Bahamian son, strong and bold. Freedom. Freedom is calling you. Every Bahamian son and daughter. From east to west, north to south. All across these Bahama Islands. They're calling for Lincoln. They're calling for change. They're calling for the coalition of independence. They're looking for hope. They're looking for a future. We thank God that He raised up a son, a Bahamian son, for such a time as this. In our time, God have raised him up and handpicked him. Amen? An organic son. The first time. So ladies and gentlemen, you can have a seat. You be all be seated.
Shoulders, a bullet in my gun.
So ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake, like I said, my name is Darren Lewis Stubbs, but there was a lady who put all of this together. A lady put all of this together. Not just one lady, but she is the chairman of the Coalition of Independence. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen her or know her, listen, she put the police on slow march. They can't dictate to her how fast she must get out of the way, get off the government sidewalk. She doesn't play it. She stands for the Bahamian women and her children. It was Charlotte Green who reminded me how many of our parents achieved crown land through their grave. When Charlotte Green said that at the by-election in Grand Bahama, that did something to me. And I remembered the same thing happened to my parents. The only crown land they got was their grave. Bahamas, we could do better. So ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the chairman, the member of parliament for Carmichael constituency, Miss Charlotte Green, the chairman of the Coalition of Independence. Stand to your feet. Charlotte Green, y'all.
Yo, man. I can't thank you anymore, friends.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening. Change isn't coming. Change isn't coming. I would like to welcome all of our viewers tuning in on social media platforms.
our viewers who are tuning in on the national media platforms, to our members, supporters, and to our special invited guests. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you all for joining us on this historic day, because this is a day that is going to go down in history. March 1st, 2025. Today we stand at a moment in our nation's story when we must decide whether to remain on our present course or chart a bold new path toward prosperity and hope. It is with great honor and even a greater sense of responsibility that I present to you Vision 2030. My fellow Bahamians, the world around us is changing rapidly. If we do not adapt, if we do not dare to dream and plan for a future beyond the confines of our current circumstances, we risk stagnation and decline. And my fellow Bahamians, declination actually is where we're headed right now. We are headed down a slope of destruction if we do not do something different. Vision 2030 is a blueprint for the comprehensive and sustainable development of our country. It is the fruit of diligent planning, consultation with experts and stakeholders, and most importantly, the collective aspirant of our people. We did Vision 2025 some time ago, and at that table of planning were doctors, teachers, attorneys. They were our nation builders. We have everything we need in this country to build a great nation. And I am calling for all of my people, all of my fellow Bahamians, to stand and take your rightful place in this nation. We have a generation to save. We have a line behind us, and behind that line is our children. And we owe our children not a political party, not a political color, but our children, the future of this nation. We owe them that much to look at the chart to look at where we are going right now and to say, you know what? It's time for us to break this cycle. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. So I'm calling on our kings to take your rightful place in this country. Take your rightful place in this country and stand up and fight. Ladies and gentlemen, in the book of Proverbs, we find a powerful reminder. Where there is no vision, the people perish. This timeless wisdom resonates with us today as a solemn warning. Without vision, our hope for a better tomorrow fades. And this is why we are here to present to you Vision 2030. And I will not sugarcoat this. I will not sugarcoat the facts. We find ourselves in a state of emergency. And if you are not seeing this emergency, you probably are living in a bubble somewhere else. An urgent crisis that demands immediate action. Our economy struggles to keep pace with the demands of a rapid growing population. Many of our citizens lack access to adequate health care, and quality education. Infrastructure in some regions is crumbling. Look at Andros, Cat Island. These are also our homes. My fellow citizens, my fellow Bahamians, let's be guided by faith, strengthened by hope. We shall not perish for a lack of wisdom. For today, we commit to a grand and unifying dream. Vision 2030. Let us seize this historic moment an opportunity to reimagine a future and transform it into reality. As we embark on this journey, I urge you to stand with us, work with us, and believe with us that tomorrow will be brighter for our children, because this is what we're doing it for. We have to preserve our country. In unity, there is power. In vision, there is life. Let us remain steadfast and committed and inspired by God's promise that if we dare to dream diligently, work, our nation shall rise to its heights. We have to imagine. We have to dream, my fellow Bahamians, and we have to fight. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you our first vision release for this evening. And that vision is the vision for good governance. Good governance. And this vision is going to be read by Danielle Mitchell. Danielle Mitchell. Tyrone Green. Ladies and gentlemen, Tyrone Green is the candidate for Marathon constituency.
I'm gonna thank you and him on friends. I can't believe that
And everyone, I wouldn't say that everyone should know Danielle Mitchell, but everyone should know Danielle Mitchell. Danielle Mitchell is consistently fighting on the grounds in Grand Bahama. West Grand Bahama? Pine Ridge. Danielle Mitchell is the candidate for the Pine Ridge constituency.
I don't know if I'm standing.
So ladies and gentlemen, the vision for good governance. In a time when corruption has long siphoned away the promise of opportunity, especially from our youth, and centralization of power has left our islands marginalized, we present a bold transformative plan. The Coalition of Independence, Vision 2030, is our roadmap to reclaiming Bahamian governance, ending systematic corruption, and restoring power to the people. This is not merely a reform. It is a revolution that governs. It is a revolution in governance that places integrity, transparency, and accountability at its very heart. My fellow Bahamians, this is what we was fighting for a few years now. This is what we were being arrested over. Empowering the people, we will take the power from the politicians and give it to the people. Restoring opportunity and trust. Protecting our youth. Young people have been the biggest victims of corruption, having their opportunities stolen by a system that prioritizes personal gain over the nation's future. Our young people are being replaced by legal and illegal foreign labor. Our educated youth are being told that they are overqualified. I remember being told that once upon a time. And are forced to migrate to another country for a better life. Our plan is dedicated to creating an environment where the aspirations of every Bahamian can flourish. Not some. My fellow Bahamians, every Bahamian. We will take power away from the Prime Minister. Hello, Lincoln. We will take the power away from the Prime Minister. Power to the people.
Right.
We will take the power away from the Prime Minister and entrenched politicians and give it directly to the people by establishing robust, transparent system that minimize reliance on personal trust. Instead, trust but verify. We will ensure that every decision is made in the public interest. Ending corruption and victimization, we will dismantle the networks of corruption that have eroded public trust. This excludes expelling those who have exploited our systems, the pirates of commerce and institution, stringent measures against bribery, extortion, and misuse of power. Listen, we won't even be accepting treason.
That's right.
Listen. There are 4 pillars of government: legislature, executive, judiciary, and the people. We always come back to the by empowering independent institutions and reinforcing the separation of powers among the legislature, executive, and judiciary, we guarantee that all government action are subject to public scrutiny. Every decision, contract, and expenditure will be open for review through a comprehensive freedom of information framework. Weren't we crying for the freedom of information for years? With the rule of law and separation of powers, we stand for an independent, honest, and competent judicial system that is integral to upholding the rule of law. An impartial legal system will restore public confidence and ensure that justice is dispensed without fear to favor. The separation of powers will be strictly enforced to prevent the concentration of authority. Independent budgets for police commissioner, the judicial branch, and Department of Public Prosecutions will safeguard our institutions from political interference. Sustainable development and economic resilience. Our commitment to sustainable development means eradicating poverty through inclusive growth, preserving natural ecosystems, and promoting social equity. By addressing disparities and investing in technical assistance, capacity building, and modern trade system, we ensure that economic and social progress underpins a sustainable democracy. We will harness technology by embracing the power of information and communication technologies. We will build an economy where digital innovation drives growth, enhances efficiency, and supports education and cultural exchange. My fellow Bahamians, a promise to the people of the new Bahamas. So I need us to start having that new Bahamas mindset. You will not be treated equally. I might as well tell you that now. You will not be treated equally in the new Bahamas. There will be no equal treatment for Bahamians as it relates to foreigners. Bahamians will be put. The Coalition of Independence is here to put the Bahamian people. Y'all don't sound like y'all believe that. The Coalition of Independence is here to put the Bahamian people. No longer will our citizens be treated as second-class citizens in this country. Let me tell you something. When I said that, I felt that in my soul. No Bahamian is going to be treated as second-class citizens in this country. No longer will our citizens be treated as second-class citizens to foreigners in matter that directly impacts their lives. Whether it's immigration protocols or access to education, health, land, and electricity, every policy will prioritize the well-being of Bahamians. Bahamians will directly benefit from their natural resources. The richest of our natural resources will benefit you directly. Revenues will be reinvested into communities, ensuring that every island and every citizen shares in our, not the politicians, our prosperity. Empowering through technology and transparency with tools such as a constituency mobile app. Every citizen will be able to vote securely on legislations. schedule meetings with their representatives, and report local issues, transforming governance into a participatory process. Because guess what? Who do they come to put them in parliament? So shouldn't we be a part of the decision making? One of the most important things is for this country to restore international trust. We extend our heartfelt apologies for the corruption that has hindered international business in the Bahamas. Y'all don't realize something, but these are the things that our children are going to inherit. Shame, embarrassment, debt. Moving forward, we will eliminate corruption at its root, ensuring that no investor is ever subjected to bribery or extortion. Recognizing that our natural resources are meant both to be shared with the world and to enrich our own nation. We pledge to partner with developed nations on fair terms. Transparent systems and a level playing field will foster mutually beneficial collaborations. A promise to the expats living in the Bahamas. Expats bring invaluable experiences and knowledge. We welcome them. We welcome you to share our home without fear or harassment or undue financial demands. Under our new whistleblower law, if you face extortion or corruption, you will be protected and rewarded. Our whistleblower protection and rewards should any public officers attempt to exploit you. Our robust legal framework will ensure that such acts are met with swift and severe consequences, including a $1 million reward for whistleblowers and hard labor sentences for the offenders. My fellow Bahamians, in closing, swift and severe justice. Our commitment to accountability is unwavering. Any politician, that's any politician, be it in the FNM, the PLP, or the COI. Our commitment to accountability is unwavering. Any politician or public officer found guilty of corruption will face a minimum of 20 years with hard labor to repay the public assets, seizure, and restrictions on future businesses, endeavors, and travel. I don't think Brave is going to like this one. This is not just a promise. It's a resolute threat to those who would betray the public trust. My fellow Bahamians, it's time for a new Bahamas. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Tyrone Green.
Thank you. Change ain't coming. Change ain't coming. Change ain't coming. On the established protocol, good evening and welcome. The COI, we are about to rebuild the Bahamian state. We're going to rebuild the Bahamian state on principles of accountability, transparency, and integrity. Because change ain't coming. Transitioning. We are in a move to transition from what we have now to a republic. A republic because it would bring for us an element of new identity. This is where you link the thriving of a nation to the people who actually provide the strength that causes the nation to thrive. We are moving away from the vestiges of colonialism. Yes. And we are moving into where we will have good governance. And the time is right. We have much that we can think about. Right now, we have very little that we can point to say that we are having good governance. So change ain't coming. The Republic provides elected leadership and meritorious appointments. This is where you will elect a president, a vice president, and a senate. This is where in the Bahamas citizens will vote for their senators and not have them appointed. This is where island state governors, mayors, city councilors, and all of those who lead will have to be elected by you, the people. And just as Madam Chair said, we are removing the power from the Prime Minister and placing the power where it ought to be, in the hands of the people. Change ain't coming. We are also going to be decentralizing the powers of the islands. If you're from Andros, you well know that Andros has been left behind. If you're from Cat Island, you know that Cat Island has been left behind. If you're far removed from New Providence, then you know that those islands have been left behind. Grand Bahama, you can't afford to play with your future. Change ain't coming. So we are going to decentralize and give the islands the powers that they well deserve. You make the decisions that will impact your lives and concerning your communities. Whatever revenues you raise are revenues that you get to manage. Change ain't coming. City government. We are ending local government. What a sham. Local government. We are moving towards city government, where we empower local communities. Cities are the districts that have their own elected officials and boards and councillors, and they're responsible for managing their own budgets. You set the budgets that you know you can operate with, and you work your budgets to your own benefits. Decentralized approach means decisions are made by those who live right in those communities. Not you live in Andros and all decisions concerning you are made in New Providence. Change ain't coming. Change ain't coming.
Check, 1, 2, check.
Book of Revelation, chapter 7, verses 6 to 17.
Wait 1 second, check.
Book of Revelation, chapter 7, verses 16 and 17.
Check 1. 1, 2, 1, 2. No, it ain't. Somebody pull the plug. Watch your foot. Watch your foot. Watch your foot. Watch your foot. Watch your foot.
We have been short.
Who pulled the plug? Somebody pull the plug?
Time and time again.
Somebody pull the plug? Somebody pull the plug?
In that we have not been well represented by our representatives.
Somebody pull the plug.
And
Somebody pull the plug? Y'all come all the way here to pull the plug? No? Okay, okay.
Nice governance.
Okay. Somebody pull the plug?
No more
Yeah, everything's going well. All right, sorry, excuse me.
form of governance.
Sorry, darling.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Modernizing government is going to require heavy use of technology. So if you're not savvy with technology, then you need to get there. Most of you are operating some devices, cell phones and the like. You could start right there and grow. But with the new government, with the good governance, you are going to have to become tech savvy. Technology is it. New digital backbone. Introducing a new digital backbone. All government systems and documents, from health certificates, land registries, passports, and business permits. So, to ensure authenticity, we eliminate fraud and simplify administrative process. The Black Card Initiative is what we're going to go with the COI. And guess what? You're also going to be introduced to a constituency app where you understand what's going on in your constituency. So change ain't coming. Come on, change ain't coming. Change ain't coming. And so we introduce our next speaker to the microphone in the person of Mr. Daniel.
In the microphone. Good evening, Bahamas. It's a privilege and an honor to be here on this prestigious moment. I am not a politician. I am Daniel Mitchell. I have a question for you today. Are you ready for good governance? Are you ready for good governance? Building an efficient and unified government. Consolidation and modernization of government offices. Streamlining service delivery. All document issuing offices, whether the birth certificate, passports, building permits, all land documentations will be centralized into single modernization complex. This modernized logistical hurdles reduce opportunities for corruption and enhance service efficiency. Eliminating cronyism. The government will no longer rent office space to politicians. We will no longer individuals. Instead, public resources will be invested in professional facilities designated to serve the people efficiently and transparently, creating a culture and accountability and oversight. The office of the ombudsman and empowered ombudsman will serve as the public champion, ensuring that every citizen's rights, liberties, and dignities are upheld. In tandem with the Auditor General, the Ombudsman will have full access to monitor politicians and public official bank accounts with bank requirements to report unusual transactions, empowering public prosecution. The Director of Public Prosecution will have the authority to pursue corruption cases without delay, ensuring that no public official can hide behind bureaucratic interior. Anti-corruption agencies and a whistleblower protection. We will fund aggressive anti-corruption agencies support by international affairs in all uniform services. Will tirelessly monitor for signs of malfeasance coupled with a robust whistleblower act that not only protects
but also reward citizens with up to $1 million for exposing corruption will create an environment where integrity is non-negotiable. The police will no longer investigate complaints against police. The civilian arms of the International Affairs Division will be tasked with investigating corruption and complaints. A new social contract, the national dream. We envision a Bahamas where the government exists not to serve a privileged few, but empower every citizen. This is a nation where every Bahamian voice is heard. From the bustling streets of New Providence to the serene shores of our family islands, every community will have a direct say in how their regions is governed. Natural resource benefit. All revenues generated from our natural wealth will be reinvested in the development of our people, in providing health care, education, infrastructure, and social services across the nation. Innovation and transition unite by harnessing modern technology alongside our rich cultural heritage. We will build a resilient economy that honors our past, where for forging the dynamic future, justice, equality, and opportunity for everyone. Our commitment to strain development and social equality, ensuring that economic progress, life, everybody, in eradicating the parties that have long divided the society. Conclusion, a new dawn for the Bahamas. The Coalition of Independence Vision 2030 is more than a plan. It is a promise. Every Bahamian that days of corruption, inefficient governance are over. We usher in an era where power is decentralized, transparency is paramount, and the true wealth of our nation lies in the strength, integrity, and creativity of its people. Together, we will transform the Bahamas into a model of good governance, a republic where every citizen is empowered, every voice is valued, and every opportunity is within reach. This is our mission, our promise, and our future. Let us rise, unified, to build the new Bahamas that our people deserve. Change ain't coming. Change ain't coming.
Change ain't coming. Change ain't coming. Make no mistake, Bahamas. Bahamas and the Bahamian people, we love you so much. Lincoln Bain and his team, the new cabinet that will be coming into office because of your vote. The Coalition of Independence is asking you for your vote. That's the only way the change is going to come. We're not big enough or small enough not to ask you for your vote to give us a chance to govern you. Good night again, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Darren Lewis Stubbs. Make no what? Make no mistake. So, ladies and gentlemen, coming ahead, crime. Donna Major, Maria Doxson, standing up for the Bahamian people, the Bahamas, and the Bahamian people. We must put crime to rest. We must put crime to rest.
There's gonna be a brighter day. All your troubles will pass away.
Good night, my fellow Bahamians. Ah, boy. Change is here. And me and Donna Major, we're going to stand here tonight and tell you all that COI, the next generation, we have the solution to the crime problem. And this mission
is going to involve the community and the police officers. And for tonight, I'm not going to be too long because my leader done warned me. Because he know I was a former police officer and I love the officers. And I'm here to stand on this ground tonight to say that we're going to be representing the prison officers also, Defense Force, Immigration and Custom. We have been talking to these officers and they give us the solution to the problem. And to the criminals out there, we got a theory. We're going to strike before y'all strike. And what that means is that we're going to be watching y'all like they do in America and United States and also England. And I want to tell y'all tonight there's 4 topics that we're going to narrow this down to. We're going to deal with intelligence. We're going to have CCTV cameras all over Nassau. We're going to be watching the criminals because since they're watching us, we need to watch them. We're going to follow the money. All the monies that they take from illegal, we're going to follow the money and we're going to take those money back and put them in the public treasury. Because it's going to be the people's money we are going after. Thirdly, we're going to deal with all these guns that's coming in. And I don't want them to tell us we don't have the means to deal with this. We're going to deal with surveillance. Straight through CCTV camera. They are coming in, and we need to know how they're coming in and why they are coming in. Finally, we're going to dismantle these gangs. See these CCTV? We're going to be monitoring them just like they do in America and England. We need to monitor these criminals. Why? Because if we let them get by, they're going to take over our country. And tonight, before I hand this mic over to Donna Major, we, the new generation of Bahamian people, we got the plans. The Joshua generation, we got the plans for this problem. We, the new mindset generation, got the problem and the solution to solve this crime. We, the COI, you see these? We are sitting down listening to the younger generation. And we got the plan to solve this crime in this country. We, the new leaders of tomorrow, we got the plan to take this country to the next level. We're going to be looking out for our younger generation because they are the set that we are fighting for. And finally, I want to tell you all Bahamians, we are the called out generation. We are the chosen generation. Because we are coming to the Bahamian people with the plan for this country moving forward. Good night, my fellow Bahamians.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you. Okay, COI. Change ain't coming. Change ain't coming. Good evening, everybody. Y'all having a good time? Listen, we want to make the Bahamas the greatest little country in the world. And we are the greatest little country in the world. That's why every other country is very interested in a piece of this little rock. Now listen, we're going through some tough times though right now, crime-wise. And tough times call for tough measures. And by that I mean, I have to look at it like, okay, Donna, crime comes basically under you. Notwithstanding the fact that I'm a defense counsel, we have to make some stiffer penalties for some of the crime that is happening in the Bahamas today. Okay, and as one of the candidates for the Coalition of Independence, it is my pledge to make the Bahamas a safer place. The Coalition of Independence continued plan to make the Bahamas safe again are not just limited to cutting crime, but also includes bridging the gap between the police, that is very important, and residents. more particularly those persons residing in our urban communities. By transforming our nation and restoring, we have to restore trust, hope, and safety to all Bahamians. There will be a zero tolerance under my watch. A zero tolerance for corruption. We will do this by the implementation of laws as well as an anti-corruption unit spearheaded with our international counterparts, including the United States of America, along with some of our Caribbean brothers and sisters. We are babes and we are learning, so it's always good to sit at the feet of someone who has been there and done that. So there's nothing wrong with asking for international help when necessary. This anti-corruption unit will have the task of investigating, eradicating corruption within our political arena, members of our judiciary, our national security officers, including the Royal Bahamas Police Force, Defense Force officers, prison officers, and immigration and customs departments. No one will be exempted. Okay? Integrity at all levels. Nothing less will do. We demand full financial disclosure from top officials and require polygraphs in sensitive law enforcement services. We need to do that. Okay? We will invest in our officers, though. We're going to help them out by providing them with the necessary tools and training programs within their prospective job disciplines, which will allow them to successfully eradicate gang and criminal activities, thereby restoring trust and confidence in our nation's institutions. Under the Coalition of Independence Government, capital punishment will be carried out for persons convicting crimes such as what I saw last week, where a young man was gunned down while his daughter watched. Those are what we call the worst of the worst. It cannot get any worse. Okay? We have capital punishment on the books. However, neither the PLP or the FNM deemed it fitting to carry out our laws. That must stop. Okay, we have a beautiful Bahama land. We need to keep it that way. And in order for us to do that, we have to eradicate these individuals, these lawless individuals, whether they be migrants or Bahamian citizens. We need to get rid of them.
Well,
okay?
mother said.
Yes. Okay. There will also be a stiffer sentence, and this is going to be my last because I know my president is ready to ring the bell and start to tune on me. There'll also be a stiffer penalty for persons carrying guns. Convicted, because, you know, if you're carrying a gun and it's unlawful, it's unlicensed, then you're committing an offense. Why are you carrying this gun? Okay, and it's a danger to carry a gun, especially without a license and without authority if you get in some little scuffle with somebody when you look bam, bam, bam. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, that is my contribution. Thank you very much. Change ain't coming.
You tell him. Bahamas, Bahamas, Bahamas. I'm telling you, it's going to take the women to clean up our house of our leg. It normally takes a woman to get it right in the house. And these women, these law-abiding women are standing together. But watch this. That's just the bullet points. You could go to the website and see the whole layout for crime prevention and crime in the Bahamas and what is going to be done. Ladies and gentlemen, food security. We have Faith Vicente and Jamal Woodside. Bahamas, pay attention. Faith Vicente. Remember Parliament? Shadow Minister? for Anderson and Centerville, Jamal, Woodside.
Good night, Bahamas. How are you? Okay. Yeah, he already.
Good evening, Bahamas. Today, our Coalition of Independence proudly unveils the latest cornerstone of our Vision 2030 agenda, the vision for food security. We believe that feeding our families shouldn't depend on foreign whims or backroom deals. It should rely on us, on vehement innovation, hard work, and integrity. After all, a nation able to feed itself is a nation that can stand on its own 2 feet. Point 1, taking back control of our food supply. We've watched too many governments talk a good game while leaving our farmers in the dust. It's time for the farmers to arise. Our shelves go empty at the slightest global crisis, wars, pandemics, and hurricanes, reminding us how vulnerable imported goods truly is. Under the Coalition of Independence, self-sufficiency becomes reality. We will feed our people, stabilize our economy, and protect our sovereignty. Point 2, land grants. There will be no more lease. Investing in real ownership is what we will bring. Farmers deserve ownership, not uncertain leases that end in heartbreak. We will provide direct land grants so you can invest confidently in equipment, soil health, and modern technology. Knowing the land belongs to you, it's time for ownership. For decades, special interests have kept local produce. Grants of up to $500,000 or more will get our farmers seed capital that they can invest in their lands. No more jumping through hoops for crumbs. The crumbs at the table is not for us. Point 3, empowering every island's unique strength. Eleutheris pineapple, Long Island sheeps, Andrus cassavas. Each island will shine with its own specialty. We will help the farmers tap in to the climate advantages of their island. From tropical producers in the south to citrus in the north. Imagine, somebody imagine just for a moment, proudly exporting Eleutheris pineapple to the world. Our own brand, our own identity. It's time for the export to begin. Point 4, modern farming and education. No more outdated methods. We will bring hydroponics, aquaponics, and high-tech greenhouse farming to every island in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Advanced agriculture isn't just for the other countries. It's time we bring it to the Commonwealth. We will overhaul our school curriculums to teach modern farming and business skills so that our youth see agriculture as cutting-edge, profitable, and patriotic. It's time we teach our children how to feed themselves. Farmers are heroes. Farmers are heroes. Let me tell you something. If you can't feed yourself, that's a problem. Farmers are heroes. They are champions. And we intend to empower our farmers to ensure that they are able to bring sustainability to a country Bahamas.
Point 5.
Take that mess from off the wall.
Point 5. Breaking corruption and putting Bahamians first. For decades, special interests have kept produce off supermarket shelves while they make profits from the imports. That will end now. We will repeal restrictive policies like the $9,000 per year cap that produce exchange purchases that punish our farmers. Our laws will protect local producers and enforce fair pricing so that supporting Bahamian-grown items isn't just a slogan, it's a reality. Point 6, harnessing innovation and global partnership. Carbon credits for climate-smart farming, letting our farmers earn extra income while protecting our environment. Precision agriculture tools such as drones, data analytics, so farmers make smarter and faster decisions. Partnerships with foreign experts, but always on our terms and conditions. To train Bahamians, expand markets, and spark fresh ideas. Point 7, kickstarting a thriving export market. We will form a company through our sovereign wealth fund to focus on organic farming, not GMO, organic. We will create genuine Bahamian quality labels and certification, boosting confidence worldwide in our unique crops and produce. Modernize our ports and shipping systems so our pineapples, peppers, onions, and muttons arrive fresh and quickly on the tables around the globe. With government backing for trade deals, local farmers will finally see stable, lucrative, and great export pathways. Point 8, building our seed and livestock future. A national seed bank to preserve native, climate-resistant varieties of fruits and vegetables, guarding our Bahamian heritage. Protect and promote local livestock breeds so our goats, sheep, poultry can thrive in our climate disease-free. Why this matters, my fellow Bahamians? Food security is a national security. If we cannot feed ourselves, we are at the mercy of whoever sells it to us at whatever price they decide. The vision creates jobs, empowers young entrepreneurs, and breathes life back into our islands. Most of all, it says we believe in the Bahamian farmers, the Bahamian soil, and the Bahamian people. Our promise to you, the Coalition of Independence, stands for real ownership, real support, real progress. We will break the chains of corruption, favoritism, and outdated policies, and unleash a new era where Bahamian agriculture flourishes. Let's show the world we can feed ourselves and feed them too. Today, we officially release Vision 2030, the vision for food security. Also, you can visit our website, which is coalitionofindependence.com to read the full print. Share your comments and your ideas. Stand with us in 2025. Vote for a future where the Bahamas is safer, stronger, self-reliant, because our next generation deserves nothing less.
So my brothers and sisters, we've waited too long for honest leadership and real solutions. Let's seize our destiny, feed our people, and lift the Bahamas to the rightful place it should be. Together, we will cultivate a nation that feeds itself proudly and fearlessly. Vote the Coalition of Independence in 2025, and let's grow our future together. Thank you, and may God bless the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Change ain't coming! Change ain't coming! Change ain't coming! Bahamas I give to you, whereas the Bahamas could feed itself. Men and women with a vision, the Coalition of Independence. Now we would have Daphne Johnson, Yvette Price, tourism in the Bahamas. Yvette Prince, tourism in the Bahamas.
My friend beware when she doing nails and hair and she asks you for
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Change ain't coming. Change ain't coming. Bahamians, I am tired. Are you tired? I am tired of the lies. I'm tired of deceit, deception, promises, stealing, them turning off their phones. That too. Good evening. My name is Daphne Johnson, and I am the Coalition of Independence candidate for Fort Charlotte. Any Fort Charlotte constituency now? Where are my Fort Charlotte people? I see you, I see you, I see you. I am accompanied by my colleague, Miss
Yvette Prince, and I'm the candidate for Yamacraw. Is there any Yamacraw people
goodbye, my dear.
Okay, so we were given the awesome task to present the vision for tourism. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Bahamians and friends of the Bahamas, today we proudly release our Vision 2030, the vision for tourism, a bold, transformative plan that puts Bahamians first and sets us on a path to own, not merely host, our tourism industry. From a plantation model to a global tourism powerhouse. This is a new era for Bahamian tourism. For too long, the Bahamian tourism industry has been dominated by foreign interest. Too long. Leaving Bahamians with little ownership, control, or financial benefit. While we have welcomed millions of visitors, the wealth they bring has not trickled down to the people. Who could attest to that? That ends now. A Bahamas that owns tourism, not the other way around. Through the Vision 2030 tourism plan, through the Vision 2030 tourism plan, the Bahamas will take control of its tourism industry by directly entering the business not as an operator, but as a corporate investor. Tourism in the Bahamas will serve Bahamians first, with profits flowing into a sovereign wealth fund, the SWF, to ensure that every Bahamian benefits. I didn't say foreigner. I said every Bahamian will benefit. From plantation model to powerhouse. No longer will foreign interests dominate while we settle for crumbs. Who tired of crumbs? I am tired of the crumbs, especially in this tourism industry that falls from the master's table. We are tired of the crumbs. Our plan invests in Bahamian-led enterprises, ensuring profits flow into a sovereign wealth fund that benefits every citizen. Corporation under the SWF. We form a tourism corporation professionally managed, free from political meddling, that's another thing, and laser focused on building world-class attractions, hotels, and entertainment we as Bahamians will own. I am tired of the foreigners owning all of these tourist-related businesses around here. Who else tired out here? You should know a lot about that. The government will form and own tourism enterprises, but these will be independently managed by industry professionals, ensuring that political interference, inefficiency, and corruption do not stifle growth. We will build new experiences, diversify offerings, and expand beyond traditional models, transforming the Bahamas into a cultural and economical powerhouse in global tourism. Not only attract tourists to the Bahamas, but bring Bahamian culture to the world, making our economy less dependent on a single location. I like this one because I worked in the hotel industry for a while. Vision for hotel workers. The Coalition of Independents recognizes that the strength of our tourism industry is built upon the dedication and hard work of our hotel employees. Any hotel employees in the house? Yeah. To ensure that these invaluable contributors receive the support, recognition, and benefits they deserve. We are committed to addressing the challenges they face and implementing effective solutions. Here are the challenges faced by hotel workers in the Bahamas. Low wages and limited benefits. Hotel workers receive modest base salaries, often relying heavily on tips to supplement their income. Dependence can lead to financial instability, especially during the off-peak seasons or unforeseen downturns, job insecurity, and lack of career progression. The tourism sector's vulnerability to external shocks such as natural disasters and global economic fluctuations often results in layoffs and reduced working hours. Additionally, there is a noticeable absence of clear pathways for career advancement within the industry. 3. National Insurance Board, NIB. I mean, contributions on tips? Seriously? Currently, tips and gratuities are considered part of wages and are subject to NIB contributions. Wow. I agree. This policy produces the take-home pay of workers and depends significantly on tips. Who depends significantly on tips? Proposed solutions. 1. Implementation of fair wage system. Establish a living wage. Conduct comprehensive studies to determine a living wage that reflects the cost of living in the Bahamas, ensuring all hotel workers earn a salary that meets their basic needs without reliance on tips.
Regular wage reviews. Set up a committee to review and adjust wages periodically, taking into account inflation and economic conditions. 2, enhancement of job security and career development. Professionalization of the industry. Develop certification programs to recognize and reward the skills of hotel workers. They're promoting tenure and mobility within the sector. And now I will turn it over to my colleague, Ms. Yvette Prince, who will contribute further.
A global tourism empire powered by Bahamian culture. Bahama Cruise Line. Fleet ownership. Our very own ships, small, medium, and large, sailing to the family islands and across the globe. Onboard culture. Junkanoo nights, Bahamian music, and folklore. Every voyage is a floating celebration of who we are. Economic boost to family islands. New ports, local businesses, and thriving communities. Our cultural heritage in the spotlight from Andros to Eleuthera to Long Island. Number 2, nationwide marina network. Luxury yacht and sailing hubs in our family islands. Unlocking high-end tourism. Local ownership. Bahamian entrepreneurs run restaurant shops and services around each marina, ensuring tourism dollars spread beyond Nassau. Eco-friendly village. Overwater bungalows, marine conservation zones, and unmatched natural beauty. Number 3, the new Nassau. Bay Street revival. Pedestrian-only zones, cobblestone streets, sidewalk dining, and lively street performers, turning downtown into a must-see cultural hub. Daily Junkanoo rush-outs. Full-time performers, a dedicated museum, and scheduled parades that captivate residents and tourists alike. Modern boardwalks and attractions. From Potter's Key to Kelly's Dock, links with marinas, resorts, condos, and show-stopping entertainment. World's most unique resort and attractions. 70,000 new rooms by 2030. Budget-friendly apartments, mid-range resorts, and ultra-luxury villas and bungalows. Junkanoo Beach Water Park. Thrilling slides, glass submarine rides, and ocean-based fun only the Bahamas can deliver. Medical and wellness tourism. Healing retreats in places like Cat Islands, natural springs, holistic treatments, healthy cuisine, and rejuvenating island life. Marketing and global reach. Massive global campaign. We'll partner with top advertising agencies and leverage celebrity endorsements to reach new audiences. Focus on Asia, an untapped market of growing millionaires. Entice them with our climate, culture, and unmatched beauty. Traveling Bahamian musical. We will tour the world with a spectacular stage show, fire dancing, Junkanoo rhythms, and authentic island storytelling, promoting the Bahamas at every curtain call. Why this matters and why now? Economic ownership. We move beyond depending on foreign operators to owning the infrastructure that drives tourism revenues. Opportunity creations and upward mobility. From hotel workers to marina staff, and from cruise performers to local farmers supplying fresh produce, every Bahamian can prosper. We are the Coalition of Independents, the opposition, ready to bring real change in 2025. This is not a dream, but a plan, one that turns the Bahamas into a global tourism empire. We invite you to read the full Vision 2030, the vision for tourism at coalitionofindependence.com. Share your input and co-create our future. Brothers and sisters, let us stand united. Let us build the Bahamas, a Bahamas where every citizen is an owner, not an observer, where culture, innovation, and prosperity flow to our shores and from our shores. Thank you, and may God bless the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Bahamas, vision, vision. Change ain't coming. Change ain't coming. Bahamas, I tell you, and the Bahamian people that you're watching on Saturday Night Live, I will tell you those on social media that these are not just bullet points. These are highlights of the vision for each one that is being presented here. Because some of these visions, these are up to 80 pages long. So you can go on the COI, the Coalition of Independence 2030 website and see it all. And the thing is, we have these persons who have presented themselves. These are some of these people the first time standing before hundreds of people. You understand what I'm saying? Hello? Change ain't coming. Amen. Energy. 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 Brian Bodie, Brian Roll, Brown Rutherford. Energy for the Bahamas.
Fellow Bahamians, brothers and sisters of our beautiful isles, the Commonwealth of the Bahamas stands at a critical crossroad in its energy history. For far too long, Bahamians have enjoyed unreliable electricity, crippling power bills, and scandals rooted in systemic corruption. High costs and frequent outages have harmed household budgets, deterred investment, and undermined confidence in our public institutions. Past administrations have failed to address the core issues, instead entangling themselves in controversies from bribery in foreign generated contracts to conflict of interest in local oil supply agreements, all of which ultimately leave the Bahamian people paying the price. Yet there is a brighter future on the horizon. A comprehensive shift to renewable energy by harnessing our abundant sunshine and coastal resources. The Bahamas can end its dependence on volatile fossil fuels and take control of its energy destiny. This transformation is not merely about lowering costs or modernizing infrastructure. It is about liberating citizens from decades of economic burden and environmental risk. Under the Coalition of Independence Vision 2030 plan, we will invest in large-scale solar power, energy storage, and tidal innovations that not only stabilize electricity supply, but place our nation at the forefront of global clean energy leadership. Central to this vision is a bold commitment to offer electricity free of charge to all Bahamian citizens, ensuring that no family is ever again forced to choose between putting food on the table and keeping the lights on. While other legal residents and businesses will pay standard rates, the pivot to renewables will drastically reduce operating expenses and eliminate the need for soaring fuel surcharges, paving the way for this unprecedented benefit. With robust anti-corruption measures, transparent funding, and a focus on equity, the Vision 2030 Energy Plan promises to heal our ailing electricity sector, create new economic opportunities, and secure a cleaner, more prosperous future for every Bahamian. High bills, endless blackouts, broken promises. For too long, we've endured sky-high electricity bills, flickering lights, and empty excuses from those in power. Our families are tired of living in the dark, literally and figuratively. Introducing our bold solution, Vision 2030 Energy Plan. This is not another empty slogan. This is our promise to flip the switch on decades of waste and corruption. When we, the Coalition of Independence, form the next government in 2025, we will launch a clean energy revolution across the Bahamas. Free electricity for Bahamian citizens. Imagine opening your electricity bill and the amount you owe is zero. That is the power. That's the power of solar panels harnessing our endless sunshine. That's the power of tidal turbines generating energy from our turquoise seas. Free power for our people, while legal residents and businesses pay only fair, stable rates. Thank you.
Well, good evening, everybody. I want to look at you more than I look at these notes. We have nothing in this country. I'm going to say it real slow. We have nothing in this country without energy security, without energy affordability, without energy sustainability, and without energy reliability. I just came back from Eleuthera, and they got some reliable problems with the energy. We've had it from I was very young. The COI is going to end the fossil fuel curse on the country. It's a curse. On my way back from Eleuthera, and I'll be brief, I saw stuff coming out of cruise ships, drifting over the inner city. You tell me if that's cancerous. What's burning? The COI is going to take and move towards energy and allow those ships, like they do in Florida, to purchase our energy. That's a tremendous amount of money. For far too long, past leaders have tied us to this curse of oil, as I said, while we sit on oil and natural gas. Bahamian people, you're very wealthy based on our oil and natural gas. If we're going to do LNG, we're going to do it in our power plants with our natural gas. Modern, reliable, and resilient. No more outages. Why should we have outages in this country? Why not put our infrastructure underground? Getting rid of the lamp poles. We know that we have hurricanes. Zero tolerance for energy sector corruption. If you understand how we import fuel, every stage of that has a fee. We're going to create excellent paying jobs, ownership of renewable energy companies. We have BTVI, but we don't train our people in renewable energy. We sit back and allow other companies from around the world to come and do it. Unleashing solar. We have more than 300 days a year of sun. And on our cloudy day, you can make half of the energy that you make on a sunny day. So you make energy in this country from the sun every day. And I'm living proof. I'm not a politician. I'm not one that talks about something and has not done it. And it should have been for every single citizen. What we've overlooked for far too long is tapping into the power of our water, our ocean, our sea. Under the bridge, you have enough water passing through to sustain this country. I won't get into the details of the speed of that current, but you go look for yourself. A vote for the COI is a vote for putting energy in your hand. Not the rich elite's hands that bring the fuel in. And I'm going to wrap up real quick. Change is here. We reach.
What a presentation. thing is, it's not just a whole bunch of loud music and shouting and screaming and getting drunk. You see no drunk people up in here? Ain't a bunch of liquor up in here. Ain't a bunch of fire in there. Not up in here. The people are being educated. The people are seeing a vision for the Bahamas and the Bahamian people which works. Ladies and gentlemen, entrepreneurs. You're Shaw Pratt, the Long Island gal. Because change ain't coming. Justin Young and Shauna Pratt and Justin Young. It is so good to see so much Bahamians in here today. The place is so packed. People are sitting on the steps, on the floor. Bahamas, you see this? Olivia Griffin for Freetown is also here. Bahamas, make no mistake.
Good evening, my fellow Bahamians. Representing on entrepreneurs this evening. My fellow Bahamians, we stand at a pivotal crossroad in our nation's history. For far too long, too many of us felt stuck in a cycle of surviving, just collecting a paycheck in someone else's business, rather than thriving and owning a share of our country's future. Today, we break free from that mindset. I am here to present Vision 2030, the vision for entrepreneurs, a powerful roadmap to transform the Bahamas from a service-based economy into an ownership-driven powerhouse. We are the Coalition of Independence, and if we earn the privilege of governing in 2025, we will champion policies that do not give you a fish, not teach you just how to fish, but how to own the boat. Let's walk through the highlights of our plan in clear, dynamic bullet points. And when we're done, I urge each and every one of you to visit our website, coalitionofindependence.com, to read the full plan, leave your comments, and contribute your ideas. This is your vision, and your voice matters. A Bahamas where Bahamians own the future, from service to ownership. Our economy is still heavily reliant on tourism and offshore services. Bahamians typically serve rather than own. Under Vision 2030, we champion Bahamian entrepreneurs, not just as workers, but as builders and shareholders of our national wealth. Why ownership matters. Money made in the Bahamas stays in the Bahamas. Owning land, owning businesses, having a stake in our country's industries, that's what sets the people free. It's not just about money. It's about dignity, about controlling your destiny, and about giving our children a future that doesn't depend on foreign investors' decisions. Smart tax incentives to spark Bahamian entrepreneurs. Lower the barrier to start. Zero or reduced business license fees for the first few years of new Bahamian startups. Time-bound tax holidays for local entrepreneurs who create jobs and value right here in our country. Tax breaks for key sectors: agriculture, technology, renewable energy, manufacturing. These are the industries that diversify our economy beyond tourism. Bring your best ideas in these fields, and the government will incentivize your success with duty-free imports on essential equipment and possible VAT credits. Property tax concessions for homeowners. We will end property tax for Bahamian homeowners, making it easier for you to buy a home and keep your home. Housing security isn't a luxury. This is the foundation of a stable community. Attracting the right kind of foreign investment, partnerships that empower Bahamians. We will welcome foreign investors who are willing to create local joint ventures, transfer knowledge, and train Bahamians for management and technical roles. No more giving away prime land or sweetheart deals unless they benefit everyday Bahamians with real equity and jobs. Incentives for diversification. Move beyond the big hotels and resorts. We want FDI in fields like digital innovation, healthcare, green energy. We'll fast-track approvals by monitoring results. If they promise 500 local jobs, we make sure they will deliver. Strong accountability, clawback provisions in foreign investments if they fail to keep their commitments. Transparent oversight so that every investment deal lifts our people and not just the privileged few.
Change ain't coming. Say change ain't coming. All right, making capital accessible for every Bahamian with a dream. A fully revitalized Bahamas Development Bank. Well, I know about that one. We'll transform it into an enterprise investment fund that provides low-interest loans or equity to Bahamians own small and medium businesses. Focused on first-time entrepreneurs, youth, women-owned ventures, and family island proposals that have been ignored by commercial banks. Credit guarantee and microfinance. Government-backed credit guarantee so banks will confidently lend to local startups. Microloans and corporate financing for smaller scale ventures like a fishing boat in Arkansas or a craft shop in Cat Island, because it doesn't always take $1 million to have a dream that is successful. Venture capital culture. Incentives for wealthy Bahamians and diaspora members to invest in local startups. Tax credit if you fund a Bahamian tech or creative enterprise. Harness the power of crowdfunding or specialized diaspora bonds so Bahamians abroad can inject money back home. Local preference in government contracts. Bahamians first procurement policy. It's a Bahamian firm bids on a contract with 10% that is close to a foreign investor. The Bahamian contractor gets the bid. That's how we cycle public funds back into local businesses and communities. Set aside for small businesses. At least 20% of government procurement should go to Bahamian SMEs each year. No more closed-door deals. They'll only benefit a handful of significant contractors get. Transparent e-bidding. All tenders online, all submissions tracked. Equally opportunity for a small firm in Elutra or a budding entrepreneur in Grand Bahama to compete. No more inside connections. Deciding who wins. Quality and fairness comes first. Land reform, giving Bahamians a piece of their own homeland. Crown land allocated to Bahamians. Rent-to-own or direct grants of Crown land for locals who will develop agriculture, ecotourism, or housing that benefits Bahamians. Clear merit-based possession. No secret favors. If you've got a viable plan, you should have a shot at Crown land. Balancing foreign ownership. Stricter rules on large land sales to non-Bahamians extra stamp duty that funds local affordable housing. We want to share our paradise, but not at the expense of pushing Bahamians off prime land. Streamline land title system. A modern land registry that clarifies who owns what and always allows new owners to use land as collateral. Generational land issues resolved. Systematically unlock dead capital so Bahamian families can invest or build. I'll now turn it over to my colleague Olivia Griffin.
Well said, well said. Listen, entrepreneurs, we're here, we're speaking to you. It's our time. Any entrepreneurs? All of you should be screaming and shaking your pom-poms because we all can own. Let's start tapping into the power of our diaspora. Let's convert the brain drain into brain gain. Let's entice the skilled Bahamians abroad to come back home with fast-track licenses, duty waivers, and special business incentives. Let's set up a directory of professionals, matching them to local partners and big contracts. Let's bring back the best minds in finance. Technology and engineering, because they are our people, aren't they? Let's bring them home. Listen, we're going to make it easy to do business, period. Someone say period. One-stop online business registration. No more multiple trips or waiting for weeks. Within 48 hours, you should be able to register your local LLC online and secure a tax ID and start operating. If smaller countries can do it, why can't we? Why can't we? No reason. That's why. Let's cut the red tape. Let's make the time limits for approvals shorter. If in 30 days you don't get your permit, guess what? It's yours automatically, except for certain health and environmental permits, of course. Let's take a risk-based approach. Low-risk entrepreneurs shouldn't jump through the same hoops as the large-scale foreign projects, right? Right. Better banking access. Partnerships with banks to simplify opening business accounts and speed up small loans. Full integration of digital solutions like the sand dollar for faster, more inclusive financial services. Entrepreneurs, wake up. COI is here. Listen, let's build the ownership society together. Imagine a Bahamas where you can build a tech startup from your home island and sell it to the world, because the rules help you, not hinder you. Shake off that hindrance. Shake it off. Imagine a massive wave of new employers, Bahamian employers. That means you. Listen, this is what the vision for entrepreneurs, Vision 2030, is all about. Go on Coalition of Independence page. It's all there. Read it. Read Bahamas. Read. The power is in your hand. And Coalition has worked tirelessly to put it there for us. Listen, talk with neighbors, friends, and family members. Encourage them to know that they are owners in their lives. Encourage fellow Bahamians here and abroad to join the movement. Listen, let's prove that we are not just a tourist paradise, but a people's paradise where success is shared widely. Vote for real change in 2025, because this is when the election's gonna happen. We are the opposition today, but with your help, we can be the government tomorrow. Thank you, and let's build a future that is for all of us and that works. May Yahushua bless you and bless this great Bahama land.
Changing, come on! Bahamas! The Bahamian people crying for change. Want change in this land. The Bahamas is not up for sale. I tell you that much. The Bahamas is not up for sale. Not on his watch. Not on his watch. Ladies and gentlemen, my Bahamian brothers and sisters, it gives me great pleasure and an honor to present to you such a leader, such a person who loved the Bahamas and the Bahamian people so much. He has dedicated himself for his people, for his land, for the seniors and women and children, for the handicapped, for the mentally challenged and the mentally disturbed. I give to you Lincoln Michael Bain, the Bahamian son.
Weight on my shoulders.
My brother.
A bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run.
Lincoln Bain,
I do what I can.
our leader, the president, and the leader of the Coalition of Independence, Vision 2030.
That's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones.
Change ain't coming! Change ain't coming! Change ain't coming! All right, y'all can have a seat. Thank you all so much. Wow. Look at the people! I did not know that they have this much Bahamians in the Bahamas. I started to feel like we was outnumbered. But I think we still got them. Even if it's by a little bit, we still got them. Ladies and gentlemen, the FNM and the PLP are having rallies, and they are calling these rallies branch meetings. And they are going to the little small venues, the little classrooms and stuff, and having a rally, and then telling the whole party come, and then calling it a branch meeting. They really think that we are our great-grandparents' generation, that we fool. They are letting us know that they have no confidence in their support, because they know that the people are not with them anymore, and so they are having rallies in classrooms. But you all enjoy our classrooms that we paid for. Yeah, you all have but a short time. But ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight for serious business. We're not here tonight to impress you with music and dance. We're not here to impress you with rum and chicken wings. We are here because our country is perishing. We are in crisis. And there's only one reason you perish, and that's because you ain't got no vision. And you mean to tell me, in the 50 plus years of this nation, not one party thought that we should present a vision to this nation? Not one? Ladies and gentlemen, I want to make sure that you understand what you are hearing tonight. While you are hearing highlights from these able candidates, these are just the highlights of these visions. I want you to understand that these visions are so well put together. If you go on our website tonight when you finish, and you look at these visions, you are going to see that each one of these are booklets. Our vision for education you're about to hear, that's 80 pages alone. Our vision for education. We have put together the who, what, when, where, and how.
And where the money coming from?
Well, get them, Lincoln. Show them how you just win. Show them how you just win.
I got them. Our vision for education is our vision for education is 80 pages. Tourism, 40-something pages. And so this is a thoroughly put together, comprehensive vision for the future of this nation. I came up here tonight to make sure you understand that although we are giving you the highlights, it's just the highlights. And you're not by any means hearing everything in this vision. And so they say if you want to hide something from a black man, you put it in writing. I want you to know that when you go to our website, you're going to see booklets. Well put together booklets. And you can go and swipe these books. And swipe, and you can see a well put together vision. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to sit and read. And the reason I want you to sit and read, yeah, that's 80 pages, that's a whole book. Just education is a book. Just tourism is a book. Just transport, I think transport is probably almost 80-something pages too. Because we need to chart a real future for this nation. They have been failing us. You can see why we don't have a hospital in 70 years, because they don't have a plan to build one. They are winging it and only doing things that they can make money from. If they can't make money from that, ain't nothing happening. And so what the COI is bringing to this nation is a plan to take us forward, no matter who is in power. Because the only people who are going to be in power after we win this next general election is the people.
Well, get them, Lincoln. Show them how you just win. Show them how you just win.
So you are going to be in charge, but I want you to know what you're getting. And I also want you to contribute to this. Even though education is 80 pages, you can go right underneath it and you can contribute to it. So the book there, and if you scroll right under the book, you're going to be able to go and put your input in there, and that will come straight to us. You can say, I like this, I like that, I don't like this. You all forgot about that, because no 1, 2, 3, 30, 40 people have all the ideas. There's someone under the sound of my voice, the tens of thousands of people watching this all over the Bahamas right now. Someone under the sound of my voice got one little idea that could make a big difference. But the problem with our nation is we've been depending on 10 to 15 cabinet ministers to determine what happens in our country. Them days over. So our vision is not just about what we plan to do, because we have one real mission. It's not just the great ideas that we're putting forward. Our one mission is to get you to do. It's to put you in a position so you can build this nation. The politicians have been failing us. And so now it's time for us to take charge. And that's why we formed the Coalition of Independence, because they're failing us. If you're making $3 billion a year and you can't build one hospital, you fail. If you are making $3 billion a year and you still talking with potholes, you fail.
Well, mother sick.
If you're making $3 billion a year and you can't get proper electricity on our family islands, you fail. And so it's time for us, they say water. If you are stranded on the desert island, the first thing that you're going to look for is water, right? The first thing you get straight is water. They failed. And so for anyone right now to be wearing a red or yellow shirt means that you hate this country, and even more so, you hate yourself. And even more so, you hate your children. Because if you're making $3 billion a year and you can't get water for your children, you fail. You tell them. Let me put this in perspective for you. We got 200,000 adults in this country. How much? 200,000. That's how much people Google have employed.
And they have account for everyone. They know where everyone is at any time, and they know what's going on with them. You can't manage 200,000 adults. Our country is, the adults is big as some companies. And guess what the average salary of Google is? The average, $120,000. They could pay their adults $120,000. That's the average. Some making way more than that. Some of them computer programmers, they making $400,000 and $500,000. Lord, I'm a computer programmer, but I love my country. 120,000, 200,000 adults, and y'all can't get this country right? I met with some people who have internet warehouses, servers. They use more electricity for their warehouse than we are using for our whole country. They don't have a minute of downtime with their electricity. They're using more for their servers, for their Bitcoin servers and AI servers, more energy than our whole entire nation is using. They have failed. And the reason they have failed is simple. There's no vision. They go into a dark room somewhere and, for example, Brent Simonet might say to Dr. Minnes, hey, I'm going to give you $6 million. But that means you got to find a way to get some money back to me. You got to pave some road. I need $60 million in contract in the first year because I given you the 6. You can't give me back the 6 because the contracts, that ain't profit. So if I give you 6, you got to give me 60 million so I could get my money back. That's how politics happens in this country. It's not about the vision, and that's why nothing is happening. I need you to fight. I need you to spread the message. They can block us as much as they want. When we started, we wasn't even on the internet. All of a sudden, the internet wasn't working, and yeah. So we couldn't go live, and we couldn't go on ZNS. All of a sudden, the internet wasn't working for some reason. It's been working the whole time. All of a sudden, when it's time for us to go live, the internet wasn't working. They can block us on the media, but they can't stop you from talking to your friends and family. Now, we came here tonight for some serious business, and I want you all to hang out with us tonight. At a certain point, we're going to be off ZNS, but we can still be online. I want you all to stay and listen to these men and women. I want you all to hear the vision. I want you all to hang out with me tonight and then get ready for war. Because you can see the PLP and FNM are rallying the troops. Brave rallying some foreign troops. But I believe in my people. And I saw a list for this week of 745 immigrants who are now going to get citizenship in our country. That was for this week. What could happen next week?
We got to kick them out.
What could happen the week after that?
We got to kick them out. We got to kick them out.
You're going to hear our immigration policies, and you're going to be satisfied that once we get in, this foolishness is going to stop. Let me make this clear. I don't hate no one from no other country, but I love my country and I love my people. Me loving my country is not me hating anybody else. Me loving my people is not me hating nobody else. I love my country. I will fight for this. Because this is all we got and we losing it. Now when you got a prime minister who rush into a church to meet with some other people, but we can't meet with him. Our people can't meet with him. We got a problem. And so you're going to hear our plan for immigration. You're about to hear our plan for transport. We have been failing. All right? You're going to hear the highlights. But this is a highlight for me. All right? This is the highlight for me, the transport. The highlight for me was when I went to Haiti years ago after the earthquake. You heard me say years ago, right? Like 2010 when they had the earthquake. Remember that? I went to Haiti. Guess what they had in Haiti shortly after that? highway, freeway with overpass. The roads don't touch each other. Go over. How in the world could they have freeways in Haiti, but we don't even know how to use the roundabout?
Well, motorbike.
We can't keep our roads paved, but they spend $13 million on a freeway in Haiti in the south and $17 million on a freeway in Haiti in Port-au-Prince. But we got break up East Street. What also touched me was when I went to Jamaica and I see that they have a 3-mile freeway overpass. Jamaica. We brag, oh, we're the third richest country in the nation, whatever that's supposed to mean. That's nonsense. Don't believe that. But we brag and they make you feel like you're better than someone else or we doing good. Hold on, we doing good, but they have a 3-mile over. You know what 3 miles is? 3 miles is from the port on East Street. So you know the northernest part where the road stop on East Street. From there, you go south, past Wolf Road, past Robinson Road, past Soldier Road, and when you get to Checkers and Wendy's, that's 3 miles. So that cross the whole of Nassau on East Street. That's their overpass. We making $3 billion and we can't have medicine, penicillin in the hospital.
A disgrace.
And we must still vote for that? We need a plan. If you ever had a good woman and you slacking off, when a woman come to you, you know what she asking for? A plan. What we doing? Where we going? We can't continue like this. She can sound an alarm and she ain't gonna let you sleep. That's a good woman. Some men is called a nagging woman. No, that's a good woman. I mean, you need to get it together. And ain't nothing like when you got the good woman and then she finally decide you doing foolishness, I can do it, I can take care of this. Since you want to stay home and play video game and go to the club, I can step up. Well, it's time for the Bahamian people to step up. It's time for us to step up. And so this night is not about me. This night is about a vision for this nation that we have delivered. Again, the who, what, when, where, and how. And so the plans are already there in the form of booklets. It's too big to be in one book. This book would probably be 1,000 pages. So we can't even print this. We ain't killing no trees. You go online, and we put a book online. I want you to go and read it. I want you to continue to listen to these men and women because this is important. This is the future of our country. So class is in session. The professionals in front of you, these professionals, these are people with doctorate degrees and master's degrees. They are university professors sitting here. They are contractors sitting here. They are educated people who decided, and guess what? None of them was interested in politics before. None. And so no, you're not going to hear those names you've always been hearing, those sellouts. We're tired of hearing their names because that's all they do every time, sell out. You are seeing real qualified Bahamians. Organic Bahamians. An organic Bahamian is a person who was born inside or outside of the Bahamas, one of whose parents is an organic Bahamian. That's an organic Bahamian. And so these are organic Bahamians, all of us. And we've decided to come and fight for this country. And so we are fighting now today with the word. And we're delivering to you the word. And this is the plan for a new Bahamas. And so I want you to sit and listen and get excited when you have to. But these people are going to deliver to you a plan. And this plan is going to take us to the new Bahamas. Now, again, I want you to contribute to this plan. So when you finish, take your time next week, because we're going to deliver the final document, which means your input was put in there. You realize no party has ever done that? We break in history all around. They like call us a fringe party. You ever see any fringe party do anything like this? Look at yourselves. You ever see a fringe party do the things that we're doing? We're not operating like a fringe party. We ready now. And so we are operating on their level. We're not coming like a strap gang. All right? They sitting in the little small children's chair in the schools. Y'all sitting comfortable, right? And so I wanna end it there for now. I'll come back to you at the end of this briefly, but I want to end it there for now. I want you to know what you're listening to. All these are the highlights. The highlights. And there's a big booklet saying how everything goes. This change is ready. This is ready. Real change. And so, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for entertaining me. They brought me up because ZNS might cut out at 10 o'clock. So they wanted to get me up here. But I'll come back and talk to you, continue to listen to our people. We ain't got nothing else to do. Nothing else important. Because if we don't win this next election, this country gone.
Well, get them, Lincoln. Show them how you just win. Show them how you just win.
Listen. Brave them are doing it right in front of you. You're watching this man pander to other people, creating his own voting bloc. Moved and pushed everyone out of the Registrar General Department. They are doing skullduggery all over this country. But their covering is gone and we're not afraid of them. And we are going to cut their heads off with their own sword.
Well, mother said.
And we are going to bury them in the wilderness. Because we've been in this wilderness too long. And it's time for us to head into the promised land. And I come to you with the spirit of Joshua to tell you that it's time to cross over Jordan. And it's time for us to fight for this nation. It's time for us to build on this rock. And it's time for us to own this country. Because change ain't coming. Change ain't coming. This is our land, and we taking this back.
The COI coming, the COI come. They scared, they scared, they scared. The COI coming, the COI coming. They scared. Bahamas, the American people, they didn't see you coming. They didn't see it. They thought you were your parents' generation. The Bahamas, the American people, Vision 2030, the Coalition of Independence, presented to you tonight, and more to come. More to come. Go to the Coalition of Independence webpage where you can see more. Vision 2030. And as we continue now here at the Superplex, we have transport. Before, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue, we have health care. Health care presented by our deputy leader of the Coalition of Independence, Dr. Veronica McIver for Lake Kalani. Down there, please. Down there, please. Dr. Veronica McIver, Kalani.
have to try to learn how to hold these two microphones in my hand. Listen here. Good evening, Bahamians. Listen. Any Kalani in the house? Kalani in Radio Land or YouTube or ZNS. I don't know if we're still on ZNS. But I just want to say hello to all my Kalani people. Listen, when it comes to health, we're hearing about all this vision, right? That's good, right? But listen, unless you have good health, you can't carry out this vision. So my job is going to be to get everybody healthy in Nassau. So I got a job ahead of me in the Bahamas. Anyway, so I'm going to go through this as quickly as I can because I know that we have a little time constraint. We have so much vision to discuss. So I will try to get through this. And so listen carefully what I have planned for health in the Bahamas. So the future of Bahamian healthcare system, it starts now. Healthcare is the foundation of a strong nation. A healthy population fuels a strong economy, innovation, and social harmony. Today, we officially launch Vision 2030 and the future of healthcare in the Bahamas. A bold, people-first plan to give every Bahamian access to free, quality healthcare and holistic healthcare. Listen, this is not just a policy, this is a promise. Healthcare is a human right and it will be free. Every Bahamian will be eligible to receive free healthcare with no exceptions. But free comes with responsibility. Bahamians will be asked to enroll in the Life Assurance Program, we're going to call it LAP, instead of paying premiums. Get this, we will pay by staying healthy. You ever heard of that before? Okay, each citizen in this program gets a personal health advisor to track their wellness and coach them towards better health. As you know, preventive care saves lives and it saves money. So there will be free checkups, annual screenings, dental cleanings, and medical tests, which will catch diseases early and minimize loss of life. By focusing on prevention, we also cut down on hospital visits, which will lower the cost while keeping Bahamians healthier for longer. Now, you probably ask, what about the elderly? We haven't forgotten you. We will have priority elder advocates to take care of them. And you may ask, well, what about the high-risk individuals with medical problems? We are going to provide elevated monitoring for you where your diet and wellness plans will be tracked, which will motivate and ensure healthier lives. We plan full-service hospitals for every major island state. Yes, even our most southern islands like Auckland, Inagua, and the surrounding islands, they will not be overlooked. Satellite ambulance stations will be employed to reduce emergency response times. And of course, we're going to have our ambulances, which will have urgent transport to advanced care centers. Now listen to this. We envision a $1 billion world-class wellness center where we would have psychiatric care, rehabilitation, and therapy services. Yes, it's very important. And to go along with this, we must have a state-of-the-art fitness center, spa, and health-focused restaurants. Yes, and
and negative pressure rooms for infectious diseases. Now, I can hear some of you saying, now, Darko, what is a negative pressure room? It's just another way of saying special rooms that are used to isolate patients with contagious airborne diseases like measles, tuberculosis, or like viruses like COVID-19. So we do need that. Now, I'm going to try to go through this as quickly as I can. Now, imagine modern tech-driven healthcare for every Bahamian with telemedicine as the platform. And imagine getting doctors' consultation from anywhere in the world you are. Imagine that. So there will be online medical records. So your doctor will be able to access your patient history quickly, avoiding misdiagnosis. Some of you are already familiar with online portals in American hospitals where you are able to view test results, book appointments, and get real-time updates. Now, let's talk about holistic medicine. That's my baby. I'm big on that. So we will concentrate our efforts to educate Bahamians on nutrition, exercise, mental wellness, and disease prevention. And when it comes to Bahamian bush medicine, that's right, investments will be made in pushing this area of medicine. Of course, you know, a lot of research still has to go into that area. How many of us love walking trails? I certainly do. So we will have more trails, public gyms, and recreational spaces. After all, healthcare isn't just about treating sickness, you know. It's about the mind and the body and keeping our people well. Now, there's a big question. Some people say, now, hold on. Now, how are you going to pay for some of this? So we've given it some thought. And one of the things we're going to do is we are going to institute a $30 health insurance fee, not for you, which will be included in the tourist visitor's ticket price. Okay. Now, also, mandatory insurance will be recommended for expats and work permit holders. So that means foreign workers will pay for their own health care and no more draining of our Bahamian resources. Okay, as I close, I want to reiterate that our Vision 2030 healthcare plan promises universal, free healthcare that is proactive rather than reactive. By reimagining the system to focus on prevention and wellness, and by uplifting our dedicated healthcare workers first, we will transform the Bahamas into a beacon of comprehensive, compassionate, and technologically advanced healthcare. This plan is more than just a policy document. It is a pledge to every Bahamian. It is a bold step forward that says, we believe in you and we trust you to take care of yourselves, and we will provide every tool necessary for you to thrive. Together, thank you. Together, let us build a healthier, happier, and more prosperous nation. One where every individual's health is paramount and where our healthcare heroes are recognized and rewarded for their invaluable service. We are the Coalition of Independents, and this is our vision for a healthier, stronger Bahamas by 2030. Let's have some music. Let's have some hay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Veronica McIver, the deputy leader of the Coalition of Independents and for the constituency of Kalani, Dr. Veronica McIver. Live and in living color, beautiful and strong and intelligent. Ladies and gentlemen, my brothers and sisters, we have one country. We have one country. You're Bahamians, For the Bahamas, Bahamians first, this is our home. This is our land. And we will not let 39 persons run us out of it. The devil is a liar. So ladies and gentlemen, coming up for culture, Linda Christina Stubbs. Linda Christina Stubbs, culture. Here she is, from Mount Moriah. From Mount Moriah, it's Linda Christina Stubbs. We call her the mother of the garden. And she will tell you the reason why.
Mount Moriah. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to talk to you about something that is near and dear to my heart. But before I speak to culture, I want to remember a very, very special lady. Cheryl Honey Roll. It is because of Cheryl Honey Roll that I'm here today. And guess what? She took her wings and she left. So, honey, I'll forever love you. On the point of culture, you know Junkanoo can change the government, right? I have been involved in Junkanoo for many, many years. And tonight, you are looking at this country's premier female Bella. There's never been one better before, and never been one better after. I still have my crown. So, I'm so excited about the plans for culture. It makes me want to pick my bells up again. But I probably will, who knows? Genesis, I come in. You know, I started out in Junkanoo at a very young age. I carried the front line of the Saxon Superstars. I carried a Bella costume on my shoulder that no other female had done for a long time. Whatever the man had, I wanted. I'm a founding member and a Bella, the frontline Bella for one family Junkanoo group. I also carried the front line of the Valley Boys Junkanoo group. And there is no other female in the history of Junkanoo with my legacy. Now, so which puts me in a position to represent culture. Tonight, I'm just going to skim over this because, as was said before, it will be online, and I'm inviting every Junkanooer, and also, I forgot to tell you, I'm also a Junkanoo legend. So all of my fellow legends, with all of your experience and your knowledge, I want you to go online and make a contribution to this document. No one knows Junkanoo like us. And we cultures never had a true Junkanooer as a minister of culture. Never. There was, Maynard was there, but he wasn't a real Junkanooer. Okay, but I'll be the first. Another thing I want to tell you. In Mount Moriah, and I am looking forward to your support, because in Mount Moriah, I want to make history by being the first female to be elected to Mount Moriah. In the history of this country, we have never had a female representative in Mount Moriah. The second thing I want to do in Mount Moriah is I want to be the first resident member of Parliament in Mount Moriah. Now, so much for my people. As with culture, culture is the heartbeat of the Bahamas, a vibrant and a testament to our resilience, and creativity in national pride. Our culture defines us. It's more than Junkanoo. It's our identity, heritage, and the soul of our nation. Today, we present Vision 2030, a bold strategy to elevate Bahamian culture into the thriving and economic social powerhouse that will celebrate our culture year-round. Culture right now, as it exists, is split between the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture and the Ministry of Tourism. So we're going to amalgamate those two entities and make one ginormous Ministry of Culture / tourism, or tourism culture. Another thing that is very important, and as I said, I won't be reading all of these because they are online, and for the interest of my colleagues who have not spoken as yet. Culture, like everything else, is corrupt. Judging systems are corrupt, okay? It is, listen, I pioneered judging what we call the King Bella. And it's the first time it's ever been done in the Bahamas, and I did that for 2 consecutive years. And can I tell you, I've seen so much. I've learned so much. It is different when you mount up with your costume and you go to perform. That's one experience. The other experience is to be there and watch all of the skullduggery that go on in the judging system of our parades. And it's unfair. It is unfair to the people who put in the work, who spend the money. Another thing I want to say that we have decided to do when it comes to culture. Junkanouers, Bahamians, you have no idea what it costs to put a group on Bay Street. All the government gives is $30,000. In a group of 300 or more people, in many cases, some a whole lot less, we spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to get to Bay Street. The Coalition of Independence, listen to me clearly, Junkanouers, because this has never been done in the history of our country. The coalition has committed to giving every A category Junkanoo group a whopping $300,000 to get your parade, get your group to Bay Street. And if you are in a B category group, you have, and I think the B categories get maybe $15,000. I mean, it's just an insult. These governments have done so much to depress us. They have done so much to stagnate us as a people. I think they put more money in the so-called Junkanoo Carnival than they put into our indigenous culture. And so for the B category group, you get to have a whopping $100,000 to get your group to Bay Street. I'm trying to decide what I should say here. Okay, another thing as it relates to culture. Listen, culture is so important. We have decided in the coalition to take culture to the world in a real, meaningful way. We plan that every single, as my colleague said earlier, every cruise ship that the Coalition of Independence and our government would launch, culture, Junkanoo will be present. All right? On Bay Street, when we add on the tourism aspect of what I am going to be doing, on Bay Street, we will have Junkanoo every day for our tourists. You shouldn't have to wait until December 25th and January 1st to experience Junkanoo in a real way. That is our heritage. And every other country you go to around the world love their culture so much. It's the first thing you experience. Very important to all of my fellow Junkanooers, and I will always be a Junkanoo. I don't care what anybody thinks. I am Junkanoo. The other thing that we want to implement for my fellow Junkanooers, and listen, I can't only just speak to you. This ministry is going to revive Bahamian music and our plays. And where is the Bahamian nightclub around here? Where y'all? No Bahamian. The drum beat is gone. All the Dirty Dicks is gone. All of those, the nightlife we used to be known for no longer exists. So I saw the government gave the Dundas a little token gift to revive the Dundas. But you know, the Dundas, we have outgrown that a long time ago. And I want my good friend Dexter to understand that although Cleophas has passed, the National Youth Choir will continue. We will pour into you because you have done so much for the youth of our nation. As I said before, ladies and gentlemen, I really don't want to take up too much more time. But Junkanoo, what we're going to do is we're going to create an annual week-long celebration from December 25th to January 1st. So Junkanoo, you're not just preparing for Junkanoo in and of itself. Every night there will be venues and activities so that tourists, rather than buying the naked costumes for Carnival, you could buy Junkanoo costumes online. And the tourists can come in, we can have a night just for a free rush and a good time in our celebrations. Junkanooers, we have the oligarchs who conveniently, because of their money, they own the Junkanoo Museum in the port. Junkanooers, all of us who have built this thing for all these years, we have nothing invested but a token group of Junkanooers that are involved, that are getting piddles, I'm pretty sure. What we are proposing to do is every major Junkanoo group, a category group, creates satellite cultural villages where tourists can be taken on tours. They could go in Mason's Edition to the Saxon Shack. They can go over to the Valley Boys in Culmersville. They can go down to Scrap. Oh yeah. And so we want to bring our tourists to us and let them see what we do. Let them pay an entrance fee to go in our shacks to experience building Junkanoo costumes, how to head a drum, how to ring bells, all of that stuff we're going to be offering. The music says it's time to go. It's okay. We love you, and listen, COI or nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, there she is. Linda Christina Stubbs, the mother of the garden for the Coalition of Independence, Mount Moriah. And she's so right. She is so right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come in. Banking in the Bahamas. Banking in the Bahamas is William Knowles. William Knowles, the Coalition of Independence candidate for Seabreeze. William Knowles.
Hey, 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 Bahama Rock. Hey, 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 Bahama Rock. Everybody's out there on the dock.
Good evening, everyone.
What we call
Anyone ready for change in banking? You sure? Oh, those fees, eh? Here's a sample of our vision for 2030. The Bahamian people have long endured burdensome banking fees, predatory lending services and practices, and limited access to affordable credit. Anyone could relate? Despite the substantial profits, commercial banks continue to escalate charges, intensifying hardship for everyday Bahamians. To confront this urgent crisis,
the Coalition of Independence presents a transformative financial strategy focused on fostering genuine competition, financial freedom, and economic empowerment for all Bahamians. Number one, revitalizing Bank of the Bahamas. The COI government will fully nationalize and rejuvenate the Bank of the Bahamas, and this national bank will, one, host portions of the Sovereign Wealth Fund to guarantee stability, liquidity, and enhance credibility. Also operate as a non-profit entity, significantly lowering banking fees and eliminating exploitative practices. Provide zero interest rate loans exclusively for Bahamians to construct homes, to establish businesses, and pursue education, and to establish accessible branches across all major inhabited islands, ensuring equitable financial services throughout the whole archipelago. Number two, promoting fair competition and reducing fees. By positioning the Bank of the Bahamas as a non-profit, low-fee institution, commercial banks will be compelled to lower their fees and improve service quality to remain competitive. This direct market competition will result in fairer financial conditions benefiting every Bahamian. Number three, we will introduce rigorous laws to abolish predatory banking practices, including imposing caps on banking fees and mandating transparency in all fee structures. Also establishing a dedicated financial consumer protection agency to manage complaints, conduct investigations, and enforce resolutions. And also implementing mandatory financial literacy programs to empower citizens with knowledge, enabling them to make informed financial decisions and avoid harmful debt cycles. Number four, integration of Bitcoin and digital currencies. Recognizing global financial trends, the COI government will adopt Bitcoin as legal tender alongside the Bahamian dollar, following successful international precedents such as El Salvador. Also launch a dedicated Bitcoin bank to facilitate secure cryptocurrency transactions, savings, and investments. Develop and deploy a robust mobile app to compete directly with global cryptocurrency platforms such as Binance and Crypto.com, empowering Bahamians to effortlessly buy, sell, and manage Bitcoin. Strategically install Bitcoin ATMs throughout the Bahamas and in major international cities, fostering a global financial inclusion and boosting economic activity. And finally, for this sample of our vision, number five, eliminating the debt trap. To liberate Bahamians from the burden of unsustainable personal debt, the COI government will establish a comprehensive debt relief program designed to assist individuals in restructuring and reducing their debts. Also launch nationwide debt counseling centers offering free financial guidance, education, and structured debt repayment assistance. And also to encourage responsible lending practices by financial institutions through enhanced regulatory oversight and incentives aimed at sustainable lending. Through these visionary initiatives, the COI is committed to creating a financially empowered Bahamas, where banks service the interests of the people, economic opportunities are abundant, and financial independence is achievable for every Bahamian by 2030. Change ain't coming, change is here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I love you so much. We love each other. We're here. That's the reason why we're here, and we need change, right? We need total change. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have coming up next, land. Bernadette Mills? Land in the Bahamas. The government is giving out all of our land to foreign people other than the Bahamian people. Bahamas, we need change. And Bahamians, we need more change. But change ain't coming. Change ain't coming. Pointed at Mills, lady.
A very pleasant good night to my fellow agent of change.
Right.
Change is not coming. Change is great. Reclaiming our land, empowering our people, who is you, and all of you in the land of media. Bahamians today marks a new dawn. The coalition, which is you, I, every one of us in here, Vision 2030, a bold and transformative plan dedicated to making every Bahamian a landowner, safeguarding our nation's future and empowering our citizens. Understand the reality of what coalition stands for when it comes to Crown land. Historically, Crown land has been disproportionately allocated to foreign investors and privileged in elites. Why we need immediate change? In 1993, the removal of protections against foreign lands acquisition led to extensive loss of Bahamian land to non-citizens. Our outdated management has resulted in legal dispute, environmental deterioration, and uncontrollable development. The comprehensive solution we have in the in Coalition of Independence, there will be a universal access to Crown land. 1 acre of land will be allocated to every Bahamian. We will have fair and transparent allocation, a dedicated land distribution unit ensuring an open and equitable land allocation process. Our COI government support comprehensive assistance with infrastructure, roads, utilities, and sustainable living solutions. We will protect our Bahamian land rights. We will reintroduce the Immovable Properties Act, restricting foreign land owners to prioritize our Bahamian citizens, you here tonight. Limiting foreign acquisition to leaseholder arrangements, preserving land ownership within Bahamian hands. Strict enforcement, a transparent land registry, and a vigorous regulation preventing exploitation by external entities. Sustainable development and climate resilience, national land use strategy, structured land use, planning to ensure sustainable and responsible development. Environmental stewardship, prevention and restoration of natural buffers such as mangroves, coral reefs, and wetland to safeguard our ecosystem. Supporting local development, providing training, resources, and economic opportunities to maximize the potential of every acre granted to Bahamians. Your land, your voice, your future. This vision goes beyond land. It's about dignity, economic independence, and prosperity for every Bahamian family. Visit coalitionofindependence.com today to explain our complete vision. Share your valuable insights join the movement to shape a fair and thriving future for all. Together, let's reclaim our land and empower every Bahamian. Vote for ownership. Vote for fairness. Vote for change. Thank you. And may God continue to bless the Bahamas.
I was born by the river.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, Bernadette Mills, the treasurer of the Coalition of Independence.
It's been a long...
Now she's going to...
Was a paid political broadcast by the Coalition of Independence.
At the Office of the Prime Minister, I'm Devontae Hanna. This is ZNS.
ZNS remote team is on the road again, inviting you to join us Sunday, March 2nd at 11 a.m. as we simulcast live on the ZNS radio and television network from the Transformation Ministries Dignity Gardens. It's the 76th General Convention 2025 of the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Council of the Pentecostal Assemblies of the World Incorporated. Here, Diocesan Bishop Dr. Anthony Farrington deliver a power-packed word from the Lord. That's Sunday, March 2nd, 2025 at 11 a.m. Transformation Ministries Dignity Gardens, Nassau, Bahamas. Join the ZNS Network, AM 1540, 104.5 FM, and ZNS TV 13. It's time for war!
Good morning and welcome. I'm Dr. Gale, and I'm inviting you to be a part of a journey where we open the Word of God to receive strength, to receive empowerment from the Scriptures as they have been written. Get your Bibles, get your cup of coffee or your tea, because this journey is going to be great. This is your day of victory.
Look confident, see? Remember, the only way we're going to get this money here is for us to look like we don't need it.
Pop, as soon as they find out we're the same Sanford and Son from Sanford and Son, they're going to know we need it. I mean, we're not exactly the #1 business in Los Angeles, you know. Hey, how are you, Fred?
Hey, fine, Harvey. How's Hortense? Hey, you know my son, Lamont.
Sure, Lamont. How you doing, Harvey? Look, we'd like to talk to you, but we got an appointment with Mr. Phillips, and we're a little late.
Yeah, that's right. See, we're going to see him